I'm going to share a story. Once upon a time, I was taking my entry from here. Once upon a time, I had my entry here. But then, the market being the market, it showed me this. So what is this? What is this? Once upon a time, I lost a lot of money on this particular trade because obviously I had the insight that the market was going to definitely move from this area. There was no way it was going to break below this point. But then the market is the market. And eventually, I think I took up to 4 entries on this particular place, thinking, yes, the market would take me up from here and then I'll make massive gains. Well, eventually, let me come back to reality. This is the full picture. This is what the market has shown me. Now, what did I learn on this particular trade? What I learned on this particular trade is firstly, psychologically, overconfidence will deal with you. If you're overconfident and not protect your capital, there is one thing to be confident on your setups and there is very much confidence on your abilities. But then there is another thing to protect your capital because that's what's going to make you money. Alright, so the mistake was made and whatsoever that happened, I have learned. Thank you to the market. Alright, let's come back to what we are doing for today. Now, this is Euro AUD and I'm on daily time frame. And what I'm basically going to do is to show us whatsoever that happened here. Alright, I've shown you how the market decided to deal with me, and yes, I have learned. Now, how do I get back to the market? It's not revenge trading, but how do I make money off the market on this particular trade? Alright, so this is 4 hour time frame, and in the 4 hour time frame there is 1 hour time daily time frame. Then on the daily time frame, you can basically see everything that happened here. This is an uptrend, and this is a break of structure, and this is a huge, massive dump into this other block. And eventually, there was a move up, and then there is a retracement. So what am I trying to do? What I'm trying to do is capitalize on this retracement in order to get back my money back. All right, so I'm just basically going to be riding with this move. Now that is discussed. That is the directional bias uptrend. Now in the 4 hour time frame, I'm looking for entries. The 4 hour time frame, I'm looking for entries. So basically, you can see that after this mitigation of this daily POI, there was a little bit of a buy, and then eventually there was a retracement. In price action, they call it in price action they call it impulse and correction. Impulse correction. Am I correct? I think so. All right, so here is a break of structure. Then there is a retracement. There is another break of structure at this point, a minimal one though. Another break of structure at this point. And then there is whatsoever that happened in this area, which is unclassified. There is whatsoever that happened at that area. Alright, up until this point of interest. Now, why did I not actually target to take my interest from this point of interest or this point of interest? I'm not saying they are not valid. They are so much valid because it's not been mitigated yet, and there is obviously a fair value gap in between the points. So there is still a high chance that the market is going to come down here. I've learned not to think nothing is possible. So there is still a high chance that the market is going to come down to this point before it starts buying. But at the moment, I think I have this as my point of interest. I didn't quite take this as an interest because it's been mitigated, and the market usually, rarely on some occasions, do not come down to mitigate an already mitigated point of interest. So yeah, this is done for. So I'm not looking to take entry from here. But then this one does not been mitigated, and this also is my interest. Now, There is no inducement formed here. This chart is just stick. So what I'm looking out for is engineered liquidity, which I think I found at this point. Okay, I think I found at this point. Sorry, I don't think you're saying this correctly. Let me try to zoom in a bit. So this is the engineered liquidity I found at this point. Okay, so what is this doing? So yes, that is it for this. And then there is a retracement into the other block. I'm not taking the entry because I'm looking for confirmations. I'm not yet sure. I'm not very sure that the market is going to do what I asked it or what I want it to do. But then I'm looking for, probably there might be a much more drop of this market, maybe into this zone, because this fair value gap is not here just for fancy. So there is probably a possibility that the market might play this out, maybe test into this other block here and then decide to sweep and come back and then into this one. No one is sure. But then I think I'll be on the lookout for this particular move. But if it doesn't happen, what's my backup plan since my other block has been mitigated? Alright, so mitigated already. I can't take entry from here because I'm waiting for confirmations. But then if I don't find this, what's the next thing that will happen? Let me step down to the 2 hour time frame. It's not clear enough. 30 minutes maybe. Alright, so if what I'm looking for does not happen, what should I do? So this is already what has been formed on that particular mitigation of the 4 hour time frame. Okay, there is a break of structure to the upside and there is a continue and there is a second break of structure to the upside. So for probably a lower time frame trader, you can capitalize on this move. Maybe take your entry from here, as there are fair value gaps also here. That is, you just want to get in and get out. So and decide to take this entry. Then for me, that I am waiting for confirmation and probably have not gotten it where I want to. What is my plan? My plan is I might probably join the scalp trade as before. Let's see. On the higher time frame, we have this. I believe so. In the higher time frame, we have this as a point that I might be looking for break of structure. Okay, so it's either the market comes and sweeps this and come back. Anyways, I don't know what the market will do. I'll probably just react from whatever I'm seeing here, which eventually might be the best option. So I'll probably take my entry from here, depending, then ride it up a bit, and then wait for the markets to act out on the higher time frame so that I would see what would be the next plan on the higher time frame. But then on the lower time frame, I think this is the best option. You can take this and basically do what you want to do. Or I can still extend this here since I'm looking to the markets to give me something to look out for. So I can still expect this. By the way, this is the bullish engulfing candle, which is a confirmation, which is a confluence that's showing us that the market is now turning bullish. So yeah, I think this is okay. Then if you want to take your entries from here, still fine. 7 hour trade, still fine, and everything, it's alright. So the moment I'm not abandoning this higher time frame, POI and stuffs, but then I'm looking for confirmations, and once it's found, I think I'll be taking a swing. And then as usual, I'm looking to take much more lower time frame entries along the way as it buys. Now there is a long way. This is a long way to go on this particular chart. But then I don't think I will be holding this trade up until then. No, I'm not that type of trader. So This is going to take what I can. Then continue. Alright, so what exactly did I talk about in this trade? Talked about firstly the lesson I learned on psychology, which is at this zone. You remember what I told you. And secondly is the engineered liquidity confirmations. Then I recapped on market structure and the breakout structure. Alright, I think this is the conclusion of this particular video. There will definitely be a part 2 and probably a part 3 showing us what exactly happened next and how I capitalized on the move, because this is a whole trend. Let me put it that way. Whole trend. So remember to like, subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you.